great being should stand in perfect wisdom. And so for the physical elements, the 12 links, the 6 perfections, the 18 kinds of emptiness, the applications of mindfulness. Moreover, concentration is empty of concentration, the dharani doors are empty of the dharani doors, the bodhisattva is empty of the bodhisattva. It is thus that, moreover, the disciple vehicle is empty of the disciple vehicle. Summits. SAKRA. How then, Subhuti, should the bodhisattva, the great being, stand in perfect wisdom? Subhuti. Here the bodhisattva should not stand in forms, in feeling, by way of making nothing into a basis. He should not stand in the eye, in sight objects, in sight consciousness, in sight contact, nor in the feeling born from sight contact. And so for the ear, too, the Buddha dharmas, he should not stand in the fruit of a stream winner, too, in Buddhahood, by way of making nothing into a basis. Patience. He should not take his stand on the idea that form is permanent or impermanent is too not isolated, form is empty or not empty. So for feeling, for everything up to the knowledge of all modes. He should not take his stand on the notion that the fruit of a stream winner, too, Buddhahood derives its dignity from the unconditioned. He should not take stand on the idea that the stream winner, too, the tathagata is worthy of gift by way of making nothing into a basis. Highest mundane dharmas. Moreover, the bodhisattva, the great being, should not stand in the first two, the 10th stage, by way of making it into a basis. He also should not stand in the following ideas. Having stood in the first thought of enlightenment, I shall fulfill the 6 perfections too, the paths, and I shall enter on the certainty of a bodhisattva. I shall enter on the certainty of a bodhisattva. And, having listened to the Buddhas and Lords, so as to see, praise, worship, and honor them, and so as to hear the dharma from them, I shall make progress in fathoming its thusness and shall demonstrate the dharma to others. Whichever Buddha fields of those Buddhas and Lords there may be, I shall perfect them. I shall mature beings for the supreme enlightenment. Having gone to innumerable and incalculable world systems, I shall honor and serve the tathagatas there and shall worship them with flowers, incense, perfumes, garlands. Countless beings I shall establish in the supreme enlightenment. The 5 eyes I shall produce. The fleshly eye too. The Buddha eye I shall produce. All concentrations I shall perfect. I shall play with whichever concentration I may desire. All dharani doors I shall perfect. The unlimited, the trances, the formless attainments I shall accomplish. The 10 powers of a tathagata I shall accomplish too. The 18 special dharmas of a Buddhist, the great friendliness, the great compassion. The 32 marks of a Superman I shall accomplish in my body. The 80 subsidiary marks I shall accomplish. He should not stand in the idea of faith follower, dharma follower, the 8th lowest saint, or that the stream winner will be reborn 7 times at the most, or of those who are reborn respectively in the families of gods or men, or of those who proceed with a single interval. He should not stand in the ideas that the stream winner is no longer doomed to fall into the states of woe. As a once returner I will, after I have once more come back into this world, make an end of ill. The never-returner has progressed to the realization of the fruit of never-returner. The arhat has progressed to the realization of the fruit of an arhat. He should not stand in the idea of a pratyeka Buddha. He should not stand in the idea that as a bodhisattva, having transcended the level of the disciples and the level of the pratyeka Buddhas, I shall stand on the level of a bodhisattva. He should not stand in the cognition of the knowledge of the paths by not making it into a basis. He should not stand in the idea that having fully known all dharmas in all their modes, having made an end of all defilements and the residues relating to them, I will, having as a tathagata fully known the supreme enlightenment, turn the wheel of dharma. Having done a Buddha's work, I shall lead countless beings to nirvana. Also therein he should not stand. And also not in the idea that, having stood in the 4 roads to psychic power and in the faculties I shall enter on such a concentration that through it I shall abide for eons countless as the sands of the Ganges. An unlimited lifespan I shall have. The 32 marks of a Superman, each single mark. My single Buddha field shall be as large as countless world systems, in all the 10 directions taken together. For me the great trichiliocosm will become adamantine. From my Bodhi tree will emanate an odor so powerful that no one will have any more greed, hate, or delusion, and that no one will have a disciple thought or a pratyeka Buddha thought, but all these beings shall be fixed on the supreme enlightenment. And these beings who will smell this odor, they'll have no illness whatever. In that Buddha field even the word, form, will be unknown, or the words feeling, perception, impulse, or consciousness, or the words perfection of giving, to applications of mindfulness. It is thus, Kausaka, that the Bodhisattva, the great being, should not stand in the perfection of wisdom, by making it into a basis. Thereupon the Ven. Sariputra thought to himself, how then should the Bodhisattva, the great being, stand in perfect wisdom? Subhuti read his thoughts and said, what do you think? Sariputra, where did the Tathagata stand? Sariputra. No, where did the Tathagata stand? For the mind of the Tathagata sought no support. He stood neither in the conditioned element, nor in the unconditioned element, and likewise not in the skandhas too. All dharani doors, not in the Buddha dharmas, and not in all knowledge. Subhuti. It is thus that the Bodhisattva, the great being, should stand in perfect wisdom. As the Tathagata has not stood in forms, feelings, nor not stood, just so will I stand, so should the Bodhisattva, the great being, stand in the perfection of wisdom by way of not taking his stand anywhere. E3. The knowledge of the paths, which consists in the cognition of the path of the Pratyeka Buddhas. A. No need to be instructed by others. Thereupon the thought came to some of the gods in that assembly. What the fairies talk and murmur, that we understand though mumbled. What Subhuti has just taught, uttered, demonstrated, expounded about the perfection of wisdom, that we do not understand. Subhuti. You do not understand, sons of gods, what has been said? Gods. We do not understand, Ven. Subhuti. Subhuti. For there, O gods, not even a single letter has been uttered therein. What has not been uttered, that cannot be heard. What has not been heard, that cannot be understood. And why? For not in the letters in the perfection of wisdom, and therefore it is not something that can be cognized or heard or demonstrated. Not in the letters is the enlightenment of the tathagatas. Just as a man who is asleep and has dreams would see the tathagata demonstrate dharma, what do you think, O gods, would now therein anything be demonstrated, or heard or understood? Gods. No, reverend. Subhuti. Subhuti. Just so, O gods, all dharmas are like a dream, and therein nothing is heard by anyone, or demonstrated, or understood. Just, O gods, as if there were two men who stood in a valley between mountains, and who would shout words in praise of the Buddha, or the Dharma, or the Samgha. If from that there would issue the sound of an echo, what do you think, sons of gods, would now through that echo a second echo sound be instructed? Gods. No, reverend. Subhuti. Subhuti. Just so, O gods, all dharmas are like an echo. Therein nothing is seen, or heard, or discerned. Just as a clever magician or magician's apprentice would at the crossroads conjure up the tathagata, and also the four assemblies, and the tathagata would teach the four conjured up assemblies dharma, what do you think, O gods, would now thereby anything be taught, or heard, or discerned? Gods. No, reverend. Subhuti. Subhuti. Just so, O gods, all dharmas are like a magical illusion, and nothing is therein demonstrated or discerned. B. The depth of cognition. Thereupon those gods thought to themselves, may the holy Subhuti enlarge on the perfection of wisdom. For what he demonstrates, that is deeper than the deep, subtler than the subtle. The threefold distinctiveness. The forsaking of the discrimination of the object by the Pratyeka Buddhas. Subhuti. For form is neither deep nor subtle, nor is feeling, and why? For the own being of form is neither deep nor subtle, and so on, up to the knowledge of all modes. Thereupon those gods thought to themselves, certainly, in this demonstration of dharma, no form is conceived, no perfect wisdom, no dharma which acts as wing to enlightenment, to no Buddha dharmas, no fruit of a stream winner, to no enlightenment, and also no letters. Subhuti. Just say it is, O gods, just say it is. The enlightenment of the tathagatas cannot be talked about, it is incommunicable. Nothing is thereby demonstrated by anyone, nor heard, nor discerned. Therefore, those who want to stand in the fruit of a stream winner, and realize it, they cannot do so without having resorted to this patience, and so up to pratyeka Buddha. It is thus, O gods, that the Bodhisattva, the great being, should, beginning with the first thought of enlightenment, stand in the perfection of wisdom without uttering or hearing anything. End chapter 22.